guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a little different. I'm Lo and I'm gonna do a chit chat get ready with me because I just wanted to do a casual video kind of talking to you guys, catching up. So I have my mirror right over here, so I'm gonna be looking in between you guys while I do my makeup. I just blow dried my hair. I'll curl it afterwards, but for now I just put it back in a headband. And yeah, I just thought this would be a fun little show you guys my kind of updated makeup routine and just chat with you guys about a lot of random stuff. I wrote down a few things on my phone that I wanted to talk to you guys about, but we'll see if we need it. We'll see if this is just a natural conversation. Okay, so I'm gonna start with doing my foundation. I've been using the Cetaphil Pro Tinted Moisturizer. It's a bit too dark for me at the moment. It only comes in one color, but this is more of a dermatologist recommended tinted moisturizer, so it's more like skincare than an actual foundation because my skin has been a bit, I don't know, acting up a bit. But yeah, it only comes in one color, so I have to mix this with just my regular Cetaphil moisturizer to kind of make it work for my skin. So what am I doing tonight? It is a Saturday, guys. It's 5 o'clock right now and I am getting ready for a date, hangout. I don't know, I've been seeing a guy for a couple weeks now and it's going well. It's nice. We're definitely keeping it casual, but I'm getting ready because he's coming over and we're gonna have dinner together. I'm just mixing the moisturizer and the foundation on my hand using a Real Techniques brush. So yeah, I'll be looking back and forth while I kind of apply. And he's coming over in an hour, so yeah, I'm basically just getting ready to see him, which I'm excited about. So yeah, so actually the first thing that was on my list was talking about dating in your 20s. You guys know this is my favorite topic to talk about. So basically, I've been kind of going back and forth on this subject a lot recently because part of me, you guys know, loves dating, loves the dating scene, but there's also real dater burnout. I was having a period last year where I was going on so many first dates, but for some reason it just with every single guy I was meeting, it wasn't progressing past the first date, and I just got this serious dater burnout because as fun as first dates are, they're usually a bit awkward and you're kind of talking about the same thing. I don't know, for me, every first date is often about my background, what type of school I went to, what type of work I did do. I mean, I still go to school, but kind of just that basic stuff, where I grew up, the fact that I moved around a lot. So I always feel I don't know, the second date is only when you really get to know someone, but I would have these periods where I literally was just going on first dates, and I feel I'm the type of person, unless the first date is really bad, I'm basically always in for a second date because I think you need a second date to, I don't know, get to know each other more and see what it could be. Yeah, so I feel you kind of need a second date to see what it can become. And I was just getting this, I just started feeling really bad about myself, and it just made me so demotivated to be on dating apps and to be swiping, because I was I'm just meeting all these people that I'm only gonna have one date with. And also in dating app, you have to put time. I'm putting a little bit of concealer under my eyes, by the way, Maybelline. You have to put time into these conversations, and a lot of the time it's very basic conversation, and I just always would get into this rut oh, I could just be spending my time hanging out with my friends, talking to my friends. That would be a lot more fun than talking to these random guys. So yeah, there's the one part about putting yourself out there. I'm putting a little bit of setting spray just on my face, but also getting this real burnout. And I think it's something that's kind of normal in your 20s. You want to experience as much as possible, and I'm definitely not in the phase in my life where I'm I need a serious relationship, but it can get tiring. The casual, oh sorry, I just moved you guys a bit, the casual dating aspect. I'm going in, this is actually a highlighter from Benefit called What's Up, but I like it on my eyelids, so I'm going in and just applying that all over. So I think this is kind of a common issue, because I've been talking to friends about this as well, especially with COVID, because it's so much harder to go on a date. You don't want to just meet up with someone randomly right away. You kind of want to be talking to them, but there's also so much less to do. So it's kind of ugh, do I have to go on my 8th walking date this month? I don't know, it's it's a struggle. So honestly, I'm kind of happy, but I'm just I mean, I like this guy in general, but I feel it's just nice right now for COVID to just be seeing like one person, not having to go on to all these walking dates. Because even before, like, you could just on a random night be like, hey, let's grab a drink. And you know, now you can't really do that anymore. You have to like actually kind of plan a date, and like walking dates are just so much more awkward. Because even when you're at like a bar, I'm curling my lashes by the way, if like, say you had nothing to talk about, at a certain point you can kind of talk about like the people in the bar, like you can talk about your surroundings. And on a walking date, like I feel like that's less, yeah, I don't know, less possible. And then if you like someone, you also, I mean, I never have like online dates at my house on the first date. I would also not recommend that. But even on the second date, like I don't know you, I don't necessarily want to invite you to my house right away. Plus it puts like a certain pressure on it right away. So lockdown dating has been, it's been hard, guys. I'm using the Dior Maximizer. It's kind of like a lash primer, so I'm just putting that on first. I'm doing like pretty natural makeup because we're just chilling at my house, so, and he's seen me before and he's seen me without makeup before as well, so like don't really feel the need to do like a full face. But yeah, and then I think the thing with like also dating in your 20s, like I feel like there is this pressure that you do want to like find someone, but it's also so like, I literally sometimes am like, wow, if 13-year-old me watching shit like Gossip Girl and like Sex and the City and like watching those shows and now being like in those age, well, Gossip Girl was more teenagers, but being like in your like 20s and being able to just decide to grab a martini with a guy on a Friday night, obviously when it was in COVID, like it is fun. Like these experiences are supposed to be fun, and I feel like there's sometimes so much pressure on dating. A case in point, the guy I'm currently dating, he was very much like, I'm not looking for a relationship, and I'm like, neither am I. Like I just feel like we should just be able to get to know each other. But I kind of hate the whole label thing. Like, let's just date and see what happens, but don't tell me right away that you don't want a relationship or you do want a relationship. Just like let it naturally progress to where it's going. I don't know, it's just, it's so, guys, but I mean, I feel like a lot of people have different opinions on this, because a lot of friends are like, oh, it's so nice when a guy is really clear about his intentions, versus like, I don't necessarily think it's necessary to discuss like what we are until like a few months in, or like, well, months might be, yeah, like 2 months in. I feel like it's like a normal kind of time. But yeah, because sometimes I feel like putting the label like casual on it even makes it like weird in certain situations, because then I feel like I can't text you as much, or I can't like ask to hang out with you because we're so casual, even though like I'm just doing that because I like spending time with you. It doesn't mean that I want a relationship with you. Just some of my thoughts I've been having about dating recently, but I've been really enjoying like dating in London, and I hope when things like open up again I can like explore that even more, because it's really interesting to, I feel like I've dated in, I would say 4 different countries now, so like the United States, Switzerland, the Netherlands, and now England, and it's so different every single country. Let me know if you guys would want a video on that, because I have experiences in all like 3 of those, and I really feel like it's like, I don't know, it's a kind of a different minefield out there. But yeah, so my point is, dating in your 20s, fun, cool, you can basically be like your own Sex and the City girl, but also like there are definitely challenges, and with COVID as well, it's like, it's hard. What I was doing before, by the way, was I was putting Glossier Cloud Paint in Puff on my cheeks and just on the bridge of my nose. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, so the other thing I want to talk about was imposter syndrome, because so I'm 23 right now. I'm turning 24 in the fall. I'm going in with Boy Brow, by the way, by Glossier as well, just to fill in my brows. I can't wait until salons open up again that I can get my brows waxed, because my brows are crazy. But okay, so I'm 23, almost 24, and I still get like, at what age do you start to feel like an adult? Because on the one hand, I'm like, okay, I'm finishing my master's degree. After this, I'm gonna do another master's degree. I have like work experience. I'm like publishing articles. Part of me is like, I am killing it on the career front. Like I am really like starting to feel like I kind of know my shit. Even though obviously, because I'm doing medicine, I have like a long freaking way to go, but I'm kind of starting to get that feeling like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. But then I have days where I'm like, I literally still feel like I'm 16 years old. Like sometimes going to the grocery store, I'm like, wait, I get to decide what I'm getting for dinner? Like, and shit like that, or it's like, or even like negative shit, like, oh, I have to pay taxes, like I have to do that. I don't know. At what age do you start to feel like an adult, I think is my point, because I don't feel that way yet. And I don't know if my mom always says that you never really do, but I'm like, in parts of my life I'm like yes, and then in other parts I'm like I am still such a child. Like I feel like I'm 16 years old half the time. I'm going in, by the way, with you guys can sense a trend. I'm really liking Glossier products. Glossier, I think it's called Lash Slick, their mascara, so I'm going in with that. So I don't know, but on the other hand, I'm like, I can literally decide what I want to do when I want to do it. Like, and that's what I've been loving about living in London. Like, I just decide, I wake up and I'm like, well, even with online school now, because I have less of a strict schedule, I'm like, oh, I want to go to that area of London today, I'm going to do that. Like, oh, I want to get takeaway for lunch and like eat, I don't know, chips for dinner, I can do that. Like, shit like that, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm an adult. But I don't know. Part of me also just still feels like such a child. Like I am not adult enough to make like life decisions. But then again, like people around me are like moving in with their significant other. Like I know people who are getting engaged, people who are having children, and I'm just like, I am still a child. Like when am I gonna get to that level? I mean, I love, like when I was in high school, so I had a relationship in high school and I thought I was gonna marry this boy, obviously, and I literally like was like, at 24 I'm gonna get married. Like 24 I'm gonna get married, 27 I'm gonna have my first baby. Well, I'm turning 24 this year. I'm nowhere near close to getting married. But I think it's also, it might be kind of like your surroundings that you grew up in, because my parents, they got married when they were 24. They met when they were 16. And I think I always just had this vision like, oh, I really want that for myself, because my parents have that. They're still together. They've been together for 40 years this year, which is like actually insane. But yeah, now that I'm older, I'm like, that timeline is shifting. Like I would love, I mean, I really want to have kids one day and I would love to be a young mom, but also like having a child right now, no thank you. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like your 20s are so different per person. Like honestly, like I said, I feel like some people are getting married, some people are like me who are just like focusing on your life. Well, some people are also still too immature. I feel like I do have, I just keep putting lip balm on because my lips are really dry. I feel like some people I definitely know, I'm like, girl, like you're 23, stop acting like you're 16. But I mean, to each their own. But yeah, it's just, your 20s are an interesting time. I feel like I'm gonna look back on this time and I feel like I'm gonna learn so much about myself, but also like I sometimes hate the insecurities that come along with it. Part of me is like, oh, I'm putting dandelion dust, I think from Benefit, on just like, it's kind of a highlighter, so on like the tops of my cheeks and on my bridge of my nose. But yeah, but part of me is also just like, oh, I wish I could see into the future. I know you're supposed to be like enjoying the time, but I wish I could see into the future when I'm 30 and be like, am I a doctor? Do I have a husband? Like, am I getting ready to have children? I don't know. Where's this rant going, guys? I don't even know, but it's just like shit that I think about as I get older. Sorry, I'm trying to find a lip pencil. Yeah, so this is a lip pencil by MAC. I have no idea, it's so old. I couldn't tell you the color, but it's like, I mean, it's like pinkish. But yeah, so point was, I feel like I have, some days I feel like, yes, I am like that bitch and I can like do whatever the fuck I want. And then some days I feel like I am literally like, I am an imposter. Everyone's gonna figure me out. Everyone's gonna be like, you don't belong here. I have that with school a lot, like with my university. Sometimes I'm in a lecture and I say something and I'm like, people are literally gonna be like, who is this person? Like, she doesn't belong here. She doesn't know what she's talking about. And then I get like so stressed out about it. But then I feel like everyone feels that way. Because someone said to me recently, they were like, oh, Lois, you really have your life together. And I was like, what? But then part of me is like, okay, yeah, I mean, I do. Like, I'm doing research in an area I love. I'm doing a master's I love. I'm going back to med school in September and finishing that for the next 2.5 years. I have my own apartment. Like, yeah, I'm dating around and like trying to figure out what I like. I do have my life together, but it does not feel like that. And I think that's kind of like the fun thing about the social media too, is like me taking the time, like not just everything that's required of me, but like taking the time and doing something that genuinely like I really enjoy, that has no pressure attached to it, because everything with school like and work has pressure attached to it, even dating has pressure attached to it. And I'm like, I don't care if one person watches this video. I like doing this, I like talking to a camera, I like editing it, and it's kind of like a creative escape with like zero pressure, which I love. And I mean, it's getting exciting because, well, if you guys watched my last vlog, I still can't really talk about it, but I might have a YouTube opportunity coming up, which is so cool because I know my channel is like not poppin'. You guys probably think like, why does she do this? She has no subscribers. Well, I was trying to say like I just do it for myself. But yeah, I actually might have an opportunity coming from this, which is insane. I never started this to think that I would ever have like a YouTube actual opportunity come my way. So yeah, I'm gonna finish with more of the Mario Badescu like setting spray. This is like kind of what I do for makeup like every day. It's really not that crazy. How do the beauty gurus do it? They like look down. But yeah, this is just my kind of everyday like natural glowy makeup. But yeah, I think I'm gonna curl my hair. I don't think I'm gonna show you guys that. I can show you. I also can't wait for hairdressers to open up again. It's basically I just like half blow dried it, and this is what it's looking like. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys like more like just open conversations like this. If you want to reply to anything I said, please do shoot me a DM, write a comment. Like I would love to hear your thoughts on any of these topics, because this is basically just me talking to myself. But let me know if you guys like these more casual style videos, or if you want more produced videos. I think I have more of a produced video coming next week, but just wanted to do like a little casual and fun talking chit chat. And yeah, I will see you guys again soon with a new video. Leave a like, subscribe. Bye guys.